Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to my reaction to Attack on Titan, the final season, part 2, episode 1. This is Nina. She's being weird. I was going to watch the episode yesterday when it came out, but around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, our electricity went off something with our energy supply, our electricity supplier. And I was hoping that it would come on after a few hours. And I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And it only came on like this morning sometime. So it was off for longer than 12 hours. Obviously, I was unable to watch Attack on Titan. But it's okay. I'm here now, and I'm going to watch it, and I know I'm going to enjoy it. We have 12 weeks ahead of us, I think. I heard that there's going to be 12 episodes. I did, if you watched my reaction to the final season part 1, you will know I started reading Art of War, but I never finished it. But then I did finish it a few weeks, like I read it for the last 3 weeks, 4 chapters per video. So I'll add that to my Attack on Titan notes. And I will leave a link to my notes. It's basically notes from episode 1 to, last season. And I think I might continue with them, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'll only add to them on my rewatch when the season is over. But if you do want to, go read through them, they are there. There is a whole playlist with all my reactions on YouTube if you want to watch that while you wait for next week's episode. And just a reminder, last time I have a score, so I score per episode, and if you don't know, I do pause in between the episode and I do talk. I'm not going to explain why I do that again. It's just how I watch anime, and if you don't like that, then I think you should not be here, because it doesn't help if you comment, oh, I hate the way you pause in between, just watch until the end and then share your thoughts, blah, blah, blah. I do it the way I do it. If you don't like that, then... So I do have scores from last season. I had my favorites list after my season 1 rewatch. This was my favorites list. Let me just hide myself real quick and zoom in so you can actually see. So this was my favorites after season 1. This was my favorites after I watched up to episode 41. I had some little notes here. When I watched up to 54, it changed a bit. Eren got taken off my list. And here was at the end of season 4, part 1, the final season part 1. Eren was still on top of my list. But I mean, he hasn't been around for a while, so that'll probably change. I'll focus on characters that are still active. I had Levi, Mikasa, Pixis, John. Now I say Jean because I've been playing Genshin Impact. John, Sasha, Falco, Hanj, and Connie. I don't think I left anyone out. I'm curious to why Armin isn't on my list. I don't remember right now. Because I've been really excited to see him again. But yeah, there must be a reason why he's not on my list. And then my average score for season 4 part 1 was 9.2. So we'll see how and if that changes this season. But yeah. Oh, also, I'm not going to be watching the opening because I put a poll up on my community tab asking you guys, do you want me to watch the opening or not, because I heard that it has spoilers, and like 57% said no, don't watch it. I'm a little bit worried, honestly, if I will be able to avoid spoilers from the opening for 12 weeks. So I'm a little bit nervous about that. But since you guys voted for it, I'm gonna, I'd rather be spoiled by the opening and talk about it in a video than being spoiled 2 weeks from now, not in a video, and then talk about it afterwards. But it's your decision. So, yeah, let's see how this goes. I'm probably going to do my review separately. So this will be a reaction only, end the video, and then a short or long, depending on how much I have to say, review video scoring the episode, talking about what happened and giving my interpretation, thoughts, blah blah blah. But obviously it will be I still am going to share thoughts here because this is like my first impression, seconds after seeing whatever's going to go down. So yeah, hi and welcome, and I hope you enjoy my reaction. Let's go. Oh, that's how it ended. No way, he's dead.
頭に一発撃ち込んでおきましょう。
死んでるよ。至近距離から雷槍の爆発を受けたんだ。外傷以上に内臓がズタズタになって即死だ。俺も脈くらい測れる。見せてください。
ブロック
I'm nervous. Oh, he's alive. Oh, look at poor Levi. I didn't think he would really die, but I'm not 100% convinced. I'm like 99% sure. Okay, I don't think Levi is dead. I'm like 90% sure now, but that 10% I'm not supposed to watch this, so I will just close my eyes and listen. Judgment. Thoughts on the opening? Just briefly. This. Everything about the ending is coming back to me now. What the? Oh, she. Oh, crap. Round 2. Or 3, I don't remember. Ooh, she gonna get smacked. Oh. I don't know. I thought you were gonna get smacked. Oh, shit. Is it though? Oh. Holy shit. Was that the thing that they were readying? The big tanky thing? Following the raid of Liberio, where the car Titan's turret gear was damaged, new gear was designed to defeat the founding Titan. It improves upon the anti-Titan artillery appropriated from the Mid-East Allied forces by being designed to penetrate through even Titan hardening. Sorry, I just find it like she's a bit obsessed. She's allowed to be. I'm not saying anything. I'm just. You're special. Okay. But okay, I have to read this. The surprise attack was built on Willie Tyber's sacrifice, which I still believe was a fucking bait, and Eren took that bait, but that's just my opinion. Like, he gave his life to proclaim, what we need is a Helos, a new hero. No, never announce it! It's bad juju! Now you want help.
だがイエレンに逆らえば頭を吹っ飛ばされるだけだ。なんで俺たちがエレンに加勢して子供を作れねえ体になんなきゃならねえんだよ。おい
Can I just say that since the last time I recorded Attack on Titan reactions, which was what, a year ago? Back then I didn't want kids, but since then I've started not only thinking about having kids, but for the last 4 months have been trying to get pregnant. So that hits a fucking chord right now.
本当に知らなかったんだ。ワインのことや安楽死計画なんて他の義勇兵と同じように。本当だと思うぞ。俺たちはイエレナから口止めされていた。義勇兵にワインのことは言うなと。何よりエルディア人の安楽死なんて協力したくない。俺たちはパラディ島を発展させて一緒にマーレを倒してほしかった。そのために全てを捨てて島に来た。安楽死計画が実現してしまったら俺たちがやってきたことは何になるんだ。信じてくれ。
I believe you. That sounds sincere. He doesn't sound like a crazy freaking Yelena talking about gods and special people.
君はこう言った。ユミルの民を含め人々は皆求められたから存在する。いろんな奴がいた方が面白いからだってね。君という人はまるでジークの思想に反した姿勢を見せてきた。
少なくとも一度はシナラ氏の威力を世界に見せつけてやらないと。ああ、
The rumblings might, if nothing, show off the rumblings might to the world. So wait, let me just get this straight. So there was, okay, Marley, whatever, but within Attack on Titan, behind the walls, there was like a rebellion, and then they split, and they want to find the truth with Erwin. Erwin died. They made the new government, something trying to, you know, break free from what was forced upon them. But then there was a rebellion within the side that won the rebellion, and now even within the rebellion against the rebellion, there is now like a divide. Whew, it's complicated.
ミカサはどうしたい？エレンを助けたいの？助けたい。でもそれはきっとエレンが言ったように私がアッカーマンだから。これは自分の意志じゃない。それはエレンの考えた嘘だと思う。私が時々頭痛を起こすことは本当。なんで嘘だと思うの？なんでって。エルディア人が子供。
Just ask yourself, do you want to, if there's a part of you that wants to save Eren and you're not an Ackerman, why would it automatically be because she's an Ackerman that she wants to save Eren? Like, I'm not saying that it's not true, I'm just saying that it's not definitely true.
もう作れなくなることをエレンが望んでるって、みんな本気でそう思ったの？
確かに奴らしくないとは思ったが、ありえないことだとまでは。
ありえないだろ。あのエレンだよ。
じゃあなんでジークやイエレナに逆らわないんだよ。
逆らわなくていいからだよ。最終的に始祖の力をどう使うかはエレン次第だ。エレンはイエレナに話を持ちかけられた時からそうするしかなかった。断ればイエレナはどんな手段を使ったかわからない。だが承諾したと見せて自分は味方だと思い込ませることができたなら、地ならしてこの島を守ることができる。パラディ島は今後50年は誰にも手出しされない。
Wait, is he trying to...
死を響かせ激突する巨人たち。マーレの奇襲に人々は武器を手に戦場へと向かう。いやおうもなく。次回騙し討ち。いやおうもなく。
So that what do you call it again? Scarf is like a really important. Like, I mean, I never thought of it as, but now it's part of the ending song. We see it in the preview. This is more important than I realized. This, I've seen this. I think this was part of the. I never watched the teaser, but I did see a screenshot of this with comparing it to the manga panel. The others must take arms and head towards the battlefield. Sneak attack. Okay, well, I won't be reading any comments because too worried about spoilers. Although this chat does say, if you see a spoiler of a future episode, please flag as inappropriate. So yeah, I'm not going to read the comments just in case. And I'm thinking I'm just going to do my review now instead of it splitting it into a separate video just for this week, because from next week I'm going to be watching it on Sunday, which is the day it comes out. And the reason I usually split the reaction and the review is because I talk a lot. And so I upload the reaction so that my editor Mike can edit it as fast as possible for YouTube, and then while I'm doing my review, which generally takes at least 30 minutes, he can at least start editing. But since I couldn't record yesterday and it's Monday and there's no rush to get it up, I think I'll just do my review now, because there's not that much that I can talk about from the first episode. There's a few things, but yeah, it shouldn't take more than 15 minutes. 15 to 20, I don't know. There's small things that I feel like I need to take note of that could be hinting at future stuff. But let me just recap what happened in the episode. I'm just making it big here. I was reminded about how the last season ended, and I remember not knowing whether or not Levi was alive or not. And I thought to myself that there's no way they can kill him, but at the same time, this is Attack on Titan. There's no way anyone is really safe. So, except maybe Eren, but I don't know if that will be possible until the end of the story, because I have watched other anime where the main character, like, the story ends when the main character dies, you know? So that is like one thing that I'm thinking could happen, and I thought that that was possible from the beginning, because there's a quote that Eren says in I think season 1, where he says you can't have a horror story with a happy ending. So from then I knew, like, things are not gonna go well for this guy. But you know, you always had hope, but now since season 4 there's a lot less hope. I'm not saying I'm not hopeful, there's just a lot less hope. Okay, but Levi, he looks pretty dead, but like I said, I think when she jumped into the river with him, and Flux's response when he said, "I can feel a pulse too," that kind of, at first I was like 99% sure he's dead, but now I'm like 90% sure he's dead. That 10% chance is, it's not just about maybe he's dead, but maybe it could be like, you know, with Armin was pretty much dead and he got revived, but then it's because of the injection, whatever. I don't remember right now whether or not someone has another one of those available, but don't let me know if I've forgotten, because I'd rather be surprised, like, oh yeah, blah blah blah, if something. But I'm hoping that was not the loss of Levi. I don't think it was, though. I don't see, but it's because It's because I don't want it to be the last we've seen of Levi. I really need to rewatch part 1 again. The final part 1, okay? So there was... Zeke is alive because some girl built his body out of clay or something, which has to do with the paths. I'm pretty sure we've seen Emir there. We've seen in the flashback or something, she looked up at the sky like that. I wonder who that girl is though. Let me just get back to the other. Here we go. This girl, why does she look familiar now? There was a strange girl building my body out of soil. Why does she look familiar? I feel like we've seen her before, but I don't remember. Were those the paths? So the paths, I feel like we've gotten some information on them. Once again, I don't remember. So if anyone wants to tell me if there's an episode or something I can look back on where they reveal more about that or say something about that, let me know. But right now, I don't remember. I do remember, however, just Emir staring up at that same sky. And also let me know, can I look at the lyrics for the opening and the ending? The ending song, the ending of the ending song, there we go, where Eren kind of disappears, that kind of reaffirms my theory about him not making it. But that could also just be like symbolic. But I don't know. It was like rainbow flames and then he disappears. After he sees... He walks in the field of flowers, and there is another ending song where they're walking in like a field of flowers, I think. But I remember that being Mikasa maybe wearing that same scarf, which he gave to her. I don't remember which ending song that was though. But I'm really liking all the effort they put into symbolism, with the openings, endings, and the story itself. But then in the ending song, they show like Paradis, but no, it's abandoned, but it looks like a positive scene. It has a positive feel to it. So I don't know. Does that mean their plan was successful and that the euthanasia plan and that no one's there and now they can rest in peace? I don't know. That's kind of a feeling I get, but that would be horrible. Especially, you know, after what Connie said about, I don't know, maybe he wanted kids. But anyway. The episode title was Judgment. Judgment. Judgment means to judge, which means judgment definition. The ability to make considered decisions or come to sensible conclusions. So an opinion or conclusion. They make subjective judgments about children's skills. Or a decision of law court or judge. Country court judgments against individuals in debt. The ability to make considered decisions or come to sensible conclusions. So, what or who precisely was being judged in this episode? Or who was carrying out judgment? Could it be Marley, because, you know, they expected them not to have recovered so fast, so now... But that sounds more like a revenge type of, we're coming back for you after what you did. Judgment. I'm not... Let me know what are your theories, obviously based only on this episode. If you're a manga reader and you hint at things, my mods are going to be pre-approving these comments. So anything that, and these are mods that have read the manga, so if you hint at future things, they're gonna delete the comments. Or, you know, everyone's welcome to their own opinion. If you disagree with me, that's fine. But make sure that you share it not by name calling or being excessively rude. Like, if you're like snarky, that's fine. Like, if you feel about me and you still want to share your opinion, you can do that. But remember that I do go through hundreds of comments. So please just try and, if you share your disagreement, just, you know, share your disagreement. Don't be calling me names and stuff. Because it's not worth it for me to go through comments like that. What else? Okay, Judgment. Let me know your interpretations on that, especially for anime only. A new hero. That was quite an important scene to me when he mentioned Willie. Is that guy's name right? The Willie? And I already mentioned, I think that his whole speech, that whole moment was just bait. And he sacrificed his life to prove to the world. And then Eren took the bait, and they kind of, now the world fears them. Because as far as I understand it, you know, they're at war with not just Paradis. There's other wars going on. And it has been a long time since anything actively happened. Like, we know from more or less what we've been told that the reason that they hate Paradis is because before, Marlians were oppressed by Titans, and I mean, we don't know if this is 100% true, but this is what we're told, is that Titan, what do you call the Titan people again? Like, but the Titan people forced the Marlians to have their children and stuff so that they were more kids, and yeah, there was bad stuff that happened. And then Willie's family, we can assume that it might be true, but not 100%, because, you know, Willie's family intervened because there was a war happened, and then the Titans were winning, but then Willie's family betrayed the Titan people and stood with Marley, and so they drove them away, right? And so they've been gone for a very long time, and the world is still at war with other people. Like, you almost want to say there's always going to be war. We just want to limit it as much as possible, right? We want to believe that peace on Earth is possible, but I'm not sure that it is, like, no fighting. But even if you believe, like, okay, well, we'll never reach perfect peace, that doesn't mean we shouldn't still pursue it. That's my belief, because if you shoot for the moon and fail, you still land amongst the stars. So even if you're going for something impossible, like amazing world peace, perfect, no one's fighting, you might not achieve it, but you're gonna get closer than you would have if you didn't try. And that's what I wanted to say about this new hero that they're talking about. I find it silly to put all your hope in one new hero. Like, I think it takes it's a generational thing, you know. One hero can go this far, and then the next one can go this far, and then the next one can go this far. Like, or not one hero, but it's not just one person. It's always. But I get the sentiment. It's maybe not meant to be literal, but it seems silly to me to put all your hope in saving the world on one person to come rescue you. You know, almost want to say be that person, but this generation can only carry you that far. And then it's like, you know, that in the Olympics when they give the stick to the next one, and then they run like 100 meters, give it 100 meters, give it. I don't know how that works, but I don't know what it's called. But that's kind of in my head, the ideal world is where we're working towards peace. And once again, refer to my Twitter banner with regards to my definition of peace. But it's not something that one generation just achieves, you know. It's something that each generation needs to build on. So that was an interesting, but anyway, a new hero part. Do they consider Willie to be, he was the hero and now they need a new hero, and Willie sacrificed his life to make this proclamation to remind people, I guess, what they're facing, because people forgot, because Paradis hasn't been a major issue for, like, the military obviously sent people there and had to do with them a lot, but for your average person, the people that, and there were other people from all around the world there, right, where Willie was speaking, and if I'm wrong, please correct me, but he then spoke to them and sacrificed his life to remind them what they should be. And then, yeah, in my opinion, Eren kind of took the bait and played right into Willie's plan, and now look where they are. But yeah, we'll see how this whole fight plays out. Eren looks pretty in a dire situation there at the end, but with Mikasa and them coming once again to save his ass, I'm sure that he won't, if he's gonna die, it won't be here. And then just at 17:31, I just wanted to, I already mentioned the quote about Connie and how he, how angry he was. Like, I really kind of resonate with that, and now it hits a harder chord, or it hits harder, thinking that, they can't have, their plan, Zeke and Yelena, whatever, is to kill out their kind and force people not to be able to have children, like. So essentially, I almost want to say Zeke and Yelena are perfect for Marley. If Marley, like, their plan is to kill out the big bad, the wolves, the Titan. So in the eyes of Willie and what he said to the world, Yelena and Zeke's plan is kind of perfect. Titans are horrible. They should not exist. They are a threat to humanity. So euthanize. That is not is genocide. To me, that's how I see genocide. You demonize a people that are not all objectively evil and bad and scary, and then you justify killing them based on your fear. It's not for me. And then I just want to score the episode, and that will be it for this week. So I'm gonna put the score here, I guess. Attack on Titan final part. Oopsies, what? No, cancel. I pressed the wrong button. Final part 2, episode 1. For an introduction episode, but it's not really an introduction. It is the first episode of part 2, so it's in the middle of the final season. So, but it kind of feels like, after a year, it feels like a debut episode for a new season. So in that sense, it might have been a little bit disappointing, like slightly. But in terms of, it being in the middle of a season, then it's perfectly fine, and it was really good. The story, I would give an 8 for this one. Characters, I would give, there wasn't a lot of time we could spend with them, but a lot of interesting character interactions. Armin's words to the others and how strongly he believes in Eren. I don't know, I feel like he's being too hopeful. I feel like he's being too lenient. But I mean, and after what? No, I'm I don't know. But I'm gonna give an 8.5. Let me make this clear. Characters all very good, leaning towards great, but there was more action than focusing on characters. And then with regards to Armin, great character writing. Can totally see why he would say these things, but I don't agree with him. I feel like he's a little bit too trusting that Eren wouldn't be on Team Zeke. But on the other hand, maybe he's right. Maybe he's using them. But regardless whether or not he's using them, Eren has done by now too much for me to still think of him as... I mean, I already talked about this stuff, and that's why I read Art of War. There are parts in Art of War that says how victory may be produced for them out of the enemy's own tactics. That is what the multitude cannot comprehend. Avoid what is strong, and there's so much. I should have added these things to my notes, but I didn't have time. What did I want to say now? There's a reason why war crimes exist in real life, right? And I have told you guys before, watch Tanya the Evil, the movie, and then listen to the speech, the talk that Tanya gives towards the end to this other guy that punches a mirror. There's a reason why war crimes exist. We don't want to prolong war. We want to end it, and therefore we must identify war crimes, because afterwards they need to be held accountable. Otherwise, the animosity between two groups or more groups will always exist. And even if you finish a war, if you finish it wrong, the war is never really over. It's just over for a bit until the other guys get strong enough to strike back again. You know what I'm saying? But that's a very long, deep conversation that I'm sure we're going to have and talk more about in a future video, one of these 11 episodes that we have left. So I will get more. Please don't nitpick anything that I just said, because I didn't word everything nicely, but I will talk more about it and explain myself better in a future video. But definitely, if you have time, watch Tanya the Evil, the movie. I do have a video where I talk about that, and I'll see if I can link that in the description too. So visuals, I mean, yeah, it was very good. I would say 8.5. No, 8.8. Okay, it's closer to a 9, but you know, not my favorite style, but it fits the anime definitely, especially this part of the anime. Audio, I would say sound effects were great, voice acting was good, opening ending were fitting. I would say 8.5. And then enjoyment, or how invested do I feel? Less invested than I thought I'd feel after the first episode, but that comes back to it feeling like it should be the start of a new season, but it's actually the middle of a current season. You know what I'm saying? So I was expecting like 9.5 level investment, but at this point I'm like 8.7. So I will just add that 8.7, which leaves us with an 8.5 overall score for the first episode. I would like to hear your scores in the comments, your thoughts on the episode. What stood out to you? I feel like there's probably little things that I missed, but with stuff like that, like Attack on Titan is the type of show that you can watch 3 times, 4 times, and still see new things every time. So this was just my first time reaction. As I said, I will do a rewatch at one point and add to my notes and see what did I miss. So if there's something big that I missed that's gonna come into play again later, don't tell me. If it's important, my mods will let me know. If it's really important for the story, if I'm not gonna understand something, my mods will let me know. But if it's just something small that I missed, okay, but now I'm being a little bit too nitpicky myself. So, you know, enjoy yourselves, comment to your heart's content. I really look forward to see more. I feel like this is a good middle point, and it's going to only go up from here in terms of investment and story and characters, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I'll see you guys next Sunday for episode 2. Bye.